everybody, let's practice brush strokes today and create a piece of art in the process. Okay. Practice makes perfect. The more often you play, the better you'll get. For this exercise, I'm just using 3 types of blues. Your watercolor paper doesn't have to be expensive, so just grab whatever watercolor paper you have. Here I'm starting with my round brush. I'm using rather a large brush. I think it's a size 10 or 12. And you just lightly put your tip in, press down, up, down, up, down. So just a light touch. And fill your brush with paint, watery paint. You see I've got them mixed up on the left-hand side there. So see, you can make a great design doing this technique, and it's a good way of practicing. Okay, so next I'm just going to draw a line. I'm using the tip of the brush, and if you have a good quality brush, they don't have to be super expensive. You can just do a line, and it looks really good. So I'm grabbing a little bit more. I just put a little bit of Payne's Gray, I think, in this one. So just the tip, you can get a nice even line all the way across. So this is just 2 blues, Winsor blue, phthalo blue, and a bit of Payne's Gray, which is actually a type of blue. So here I'm laying down some water, and I'm putting my blue in it. So now I'm going to darken it up a little bit. That was not dark enough. And I'm spreading the paint around in the watered down paper. So I just cleaned my brush, added some water to it, and just hit the wet paint, and you can see it kind of exploded downwards. So here we are doing some more of those like pressure marks, up, down. So just use the tip of your brush, then push down, and then up again lightly. So here I'm pushing down, lifting up, pushing down, pushing down. There we go. I love doing these marks. These are really fun. Mixing up a bit more paint. So here we're doing some circles. It's all a good way to practice. I'm just using the tip of the brush, and I'm still using the large brush. It's all about playing. And then once the painting is dry, you can go back in and layer more paint on top of your dry paint, which is what I'm doing right there. Just adding a little bit more blue, because the blue in the marks are a bit faded once they dry. And you can lift your paint as well with a paper towel or a Kleenex. Now this is Payne's Gray, and we're going to put a good stripe of it here. Add some water, and you'll notice that I leave a white space between my designs. So leave some space, some breathing space between your colors. All right, I'm using a different brush now. It's called a triangle brush, and I believe the size of this one is my medium. I have 2 of them. I have a medium and an extra small, and they're really fun to use. You can make some great shapes. And it's got a really fine tip, and it's cut into a triangle shape. So here I'm making some just little stripes. Now I'm using the smaller version of the triangle brush and just doing the same technique like we did at the top, but you can basically see what I'm doing. So lighten up and push down, lighten up and push down, and you get a really interesting design. Look at that, it's wonderful. Okay, as you can see, I was off the page for a whole bunch, and you see that top third of the painting. But you can basically see I did some stripes, and then I did some lines, and I was using the triangle brush. This next section, the last section, I am speeding up. You can see I'm adding lines on top of lines. If you're enjoying what you're seeing and are getting any benefit out of this, I would sure appreciate it if you subscribe and ring that bell. It would help me a whole lot. So I will just give you some music and enjoy the video. Oh, and don't forget to paint. This is the completed piece. I have gone in with some gold pen and made some marks, and it actually looks pretty cool. So check out my next video, and don't forget to share this with your friends. Thanks for stopping in and watching. See you next time.